Alright, this took me way more setting up than I wanted to, but here we are. I hope you guys enjoy my quality. I believe it is beautiful. So anyways, let's get to it. So today I want to talk about how to properly farm souls, specifically when you're low on souls and you need to just catch up, and so you take a side lane and you just do that. You just stay in that side lane. So right now I'm going to be moving back and forth between these lanes just depending on what is easiest at the moment. But I see right now, let's say I'm low on souls. I see green. The enemy has pushed up creep store walker. So I come over here, no, blah blah blah. I shoot these guys. I'm going to increase the speed of this so we can keep moving. Imagine if the rift isn't here, and it's just a normal day. I'm going to keep pushing wave. That generally just means, you know, pushing, walking through, shooting blue, creeps or increasing to norm, it comes up until you get back here. Once you hit that last wave, that kind of takes you a little bit further into enemy territory that you are comfortable being in. That's when you're like, okay, I'm done. So you walk away, and you want to start taking farm from their side of the map. I like to think of it as like a circle, where you will push up the lane, and then you'll kind of come back around through their jungle, taking like this camp up here, this camp down here, maybe the centers here, maybe this, although these 2-3 guys are pretty big, so especially like right after laning phase you don't want to be doing that. Then your centers, blah blah blah. You can shop, you can go through here, grab these boxes. These guys are probably also too big to catch at this point in the game. And then by the time you're done doing that loop, if you're quick enough with it, when you come back here, the creeps will probably be pushed up here from the enemy that just pushed up, and then you'll catch us. So I want to put it a little more into mind of the decision making as well. So the walk over here is going to take it. But I'm pushing this wave, pushing these things up. It's going great. A lot of creeps to get, a lot of souls to get. When you're pushing out the wave, that is all you are doing. You are pushing out the wave. You stay here, stay in lane, keep pushing the guys forward. We're doing great. You come around here, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, there's an enemy right there. That's scary, especially if you are down on souls. Especially if you are down on souls. Once you see an enemy, whether it's there, whether it's here, over there, or maybe on the map, like here, or even worse, like here or up there, once you know an enemy is close to you, you are out of there. You leave, you say, okay, I am not pushing up anymore. You take more farm, here we go. Look how beautiful this is, thanks for the farm. You take farm, starting from their side of the map, going backwards, unless you're in, like, serious danger. And how do you know if you are in serious danger? Well, it really depends on the enemy team comp. I know that's a kind of cop-out answer, which is sad, but if the enemy has a lot of heroes that can jump on you, maybe when you're clearing lane, you only clear it to about midway here. You know, there's some creeps here, you shoot them, and it's like, okay, I'm done, I'm out. And, you know, you got farm on your side, blah blah blah, that's good. Your centers over here, and whatnot. Okay, we're back in. I have to restart that real quick. But anyways, so I'm over here pushing again. One of the things that I want to talk about is knowing like how and when you should do this. Obviously, when you're low on souls, you want to say, hey, can I take side lane? I'm going to actually like farm and whatnot. So, like I said earlier, you'll go, oh, you know, I'll shoot from here. In this area, you know, you see your first enemy, you go close walker, you're like, okay, I'm done. You go farm there, like whatever else there. Cool. You don't want to be doing this forever, for one thing. But if you are super low on souls, you need to just know when you can and cannot join fights, like doing this. So, me as Victor, here's my box right now. I have a few items, you know, whatever. I'm going to keep doing this because I know that this item right here, Infuser, is like my big power spike. I get Infuser, and then I can do things in fights. I can go in, I can pop it, I can be huge. Until I have that, I'm just going to rinse and repeat, pushing up, pushing a wave out, you know, I'll get some farm, I'll leave, all that jazz. I'll often be up against another person who is sidelining. You know, once I push up here, maybe just the furnace will be like, okay, you know, I have to catch a wave now, go, and they push it back, and you know, they're also just trying to farm some souls, and they see me, and they're like, okay, I'm not going forward here, that's kind of scary. And they like back off, you know, whatever. That eventually will change for one of us, whether that's, you know, an earn fight happening over here, or the unstable rift opening, or until I decide. And you kind of need to know when you are strong. So right now, up at the top, I'm 3k above the Infernus. We won't be at these crazy amount of souls, like right after lane phase. But if you ever have a lead against like someone else that you are seeing in lane with you, you can be a bit more aggressive. You have to be careful with that though, because if there's another person there that can jump you, you throw away your life, so many souls, the lane pressure, all that. So it's much safer to just farm, keep going back and forth, doing those loops like I was saying, getting the next few items you need, and eventually you get what you consider your power spike. At this point, I'm probably yelling, guys, the baby bump, like, it's no longer a bump, it's a tumor. Like, it's out, the baby's poking out, like, this is huge. I'm gonna show up here, everyone comes up, I'll say, okay guys, let's go, let's walk. And, you know, we'll walk in, we get hit by the walker, we get the victor, all that nice jazz. Then, at this point, getting a walker and getting my power spike, you're in a good spot to go more around the map again. You know, oh, let's go, now that I'm actually, like, fed, let's go help the blue. And at this point, you probably don't want to guardian. Just do that real quick. And it's like, okay, let's do this, and then, you know, we do damage, whatnot there. That gets a bit further away from, actually, the farming aspect. Alright, so the last thing I want to mention to this very long topic is about the neutral camps here. So, not just specifically here, but neutral camps in general. You only want to be spending like 10 seconds max on them, or else you're kind of just like running out of time. This, like, tier 3 camps sometimes take a bit longer, and they can still be worth it, but that's just because they're super EV. But if you over here and you're spending like 30 seconds, even to like a minute farming that, that's just like not, it's not worth it. When you, especially like right after laning phase, that's like, okay, I want to get some cash, I've like got owns during laning phase, I need to just make some money back up. You push the wave out, you know, the wave will do great and beautiful things for you, and by the time you're going for camps, these guys, the tier 3s, they take so long to take them. I've got max abilities, I've got a good amount of items, and I'm also on like 2 camps game speed, so it goes really fast. But it takes a while. And so, depending on your character and how fast they are at farming, you really want to be emphasizing the smaller ones. And some easy smaller ones would be like this tier 1 camp here. Everyone can get that tier 1 camp so fast. There's another camp up here, the tier 2, yeah. It's just one like medium-sized guy for these small units. really want to be taking these camps if it's like a quick and easy thing to do, because in terms of the souls that you get from the camps versus the souls that you get from just continuously pushing out the wave, the camps are much lower. They just do not give you as much as like finding this big heap of minions. Boom, well dead. You come over here again, boom, more souls. It also keeps you healthy, it gives us wave pressure. It's very good. Actually, another thing that I want to mention, when you're farming, and you want to start moving lanes or whatever, you don't want to be here anymore, please just grab like the last wave that comes. The game, bad luck is not urgent enough where you need to, like, you see someone over here getting jumped, and it's like, oh my gosh, I need to now. And there's a wave right here that you were very close to, that you could have very easily swept up. The waves don't take long to clear. Very, very easily just sweep through, get these guys dead. And you might not make it to that first time save, or that objective that you need to make it to. But catching that wave gets you those souls, and also keeps map pressure over there. Especially, like, on this side, where there's, like, a walker. And, maybe there's a rift fight happening over here that you want to join. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna risk a rift. It's like, I'm gonna risk leaving yellow lane alone for a little bit. You don't want to just leave those creeps right there, and just go. You want to shoot the creeps up here. Go down, roll dead. Then go. Because that just makes it so the enemy has to respond to the creeps that you have sent onto the walker. And that gives you way more time to walk around here, do whatever here, gank some lanes, go down, get these bosses, maybe mid-bosses even happening, whatever. And then, at that point, you go back to yellow lane, be over here, it's all nice and dandy. Or even as victor. And then by the time the enemy team has answered all this, they'll probably be faster in the game. You will already be dead. That's kind of what I mean by, like, catching the waves is so important. Like, if you're ever going to leave a lane, just catch that wave. It gives you those souls, and it puts pressure on the enemy, but they have to respond to that. They can't just let your, like, troopers walk up and do a million damage to their weapon. So one of them has to go in response to it, and that gives you way more time, and also space elsewhere on the map. Especially if, on the other side of the map, there is a huge fight happening, and maybe you want to join it, but it's across the map. You want to be efficient with your time, so if you see a lot of them over there, you can pressure up here a little bit. Don't go too crazy unless you're victor, but there's a lot of ways that you can get away with things. There's a lot more things I feel like I could talk about. That was a very long last thing, but I'm just going to fill in the dots as time goes on.